Welcome back to the 2024 Week 0 college football predictions, and let's get right into it. This year we have 4 games. Let's get started with the College Football Classic in Dublin, Ireland, where we've got number 10 preseason rated Florida State taking on Georgia Tech, and this is going to be an interesting matchup. Florida State, I expect to start out as a very defensive team here, replacing 10 starters from last year. Mike Norvell's got a lot of work to do with this squad. DJ Uiagalelei as quarterback there, and then Haynes King leading Georgia Tech on the other side. I expect Florida State to dominate this game on both fronts, offensive and defensive. Georgia Tech, I expect to play a little more offensive style of play here, although they do have a decent defense there as well. This game being in Dublin makes me apprehensive to make a play on the spread. FSU down to a 12-point favorite. That one got as far as 13 in the hook for them there. But I think that Florida State wins this one easily, but I'm not sure about how much they will win by, because I could see, the back door being open, say Florida State's up 14, either Georgia Tech can get a field goal or a touchdown there. I see this one being close for a while, Florida State pulling away, but then Georgia Tech likes to sneak around in these games, especially in Ireland. We'll see how the pitch is playing there, and I do have Florida State winning just because I think the run game will get going. Roy Dell Williams, I expect him to run all over Georgia Tech here, the Alabama transfer there. Florida State loaded up in the portal, and I expect them to win handily against Georgia Tech, although I am apprehensive on the spread in that one. Then we've got Montana State against New Mexico. New Mexico, one of these dreadful teams in the Mountain West. Montana State, a trip to the more advanced rounds of the FCS championships last year, and I'll keep it short and sweet here. I expect Montana State to win this one. They are actually an 8.5-point favorite there as the FCS team on the road in a pseudo bye game for New Mexico there. New Mexico, lots of turnover in terms of production. New coach there, Bronco Mendenhall, the former Virginia head coach up until the 2021 season. I expect Montana State to win this one. 10 returning starters. You've got all Big Sky Conference accolades left and right on their roster, and I expect them to go into Albuquerque in this one and win. And that brings us to the third game here on the slate. SMU in a true road game at Nevada Wolfpack. This spread has ballooned up to 27 in the hook, started at around 21, and I think this is too much. I'm going to be taking Nevada plus the 27 in the hook, although I would advise you guys to wait. This number's been inflating rapidly. I would wait for a 28, but for the purposes of getting this video out, I think 27.5 is an acceptable number as well. So what's my thesis behind this pick? SMU, obviously, much better team here. Also a team that has loaded up in the transfer portal, particularly on the offensive and defensive fronts, getting a lot of Power 5 talent there, or former Power 5 talent, to join their roster. Now they certainly have the depth advantage in this one, and I expect them to win this handily. I just think that this number's gotten a little out of control. The number in a perfect world should be about 22, 23, maybe even 24, just to hit that critical number there when we price in Nevada's home field advantage here in the altitude. I don't really expect much fan presence, but that is yet to be determined. And of course, you've got a Power 5 competition coming in here. Nevada, lots of roster turnover for them. They're supposed to be, along with New Mexico and a Hawaii team that we'll address later, one of the worst teams in the Mountain West. But let's not forget what happened when Kansas came into McKay Stadium last year. Nevada actually gave them a good game and was tied for a little while in the fourth quarter against Kansas team that, similar to this SMU team, was favored by 28 points. So I think Nevada can stay within the number. They can muck down this game. SMU, while they might be trying to make a statement in their first game as an ACC team, a Power 5 team, I don't think that they will be able to easily get beyond this number. And of course, with a number this large and a total that isn't the highest that we've ever seen, I think that the back door will also be open if Nevada can get a couple garbage time touchdowns against an SMU team that may not be wanting to really extend the lead when at this altitude, overexert their players, especially in a week 0 game there. So that's kind of my thesis. One other key stat, Nevada 5-0 in their last 5 against the spread against Power 5 competition at home. So that's a little trend to keep an eye on. We'll see if it continues there. So that is my week 0 play. SMU to win the game, but I do have the Wolfpack covering the 27 in the hook. Then we've got Delaware State and Hawaii. I'll keep this one short and sweet. I expect Hawaii to win this game easily, but that doesn't mean I think that they're a great team. I think that they're one of the worst in the Mountain West. It will be interesting to see of New Mexico, Nevada, Hawaii, which of those teams will be the worst in the Mountain West, as I think it will be one of these three. This week 0 could be a good gauging point for that, but for now, I've got Hawaii winning against Delaware State, getting off to a happy 1-0 start there. Those are my predictions for week 0. Please be sure to like and subscribe and stay tuned for the week 1 predictions coming up soon.